Okay, Elizabeth Kruggel at NAIA Women's Championships in Jamestown. Elizabeth, just talk to me a little bit about your background in sport wrestling and what sort of piqued your interest, how you got involved.
Yeah. My family's always been very involved with wrestling, so I grew up with the sport. When I was really, really little, I wrestled. My brothers wrestled, um, and I just fell into it, refereeing in middle school and then high school, because both my parents were international referees, so it was a nice family bonding activity. So then I went to the Marine Corps for 6 years, and then I came back. And my dad kind of convinced me to come back, and it's just a nice family-oriented sport.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said middle school officiating.
Yeah.
How does one get into officiating in middle school when you would normally be, like you did,
Yeah.
spend time as participating in sport?
So back then it was a lot easier because Safe Sport and like all of the online certifications wasn't as big, so there wasn't as much of a liability. So it was really common, especially in Ohio, for like a lot of the kids whenever they weren't wrestling or you're just tagging along to get involved. So I was one of those kids, but now it's the same. You just have to make sure like those middle school kids do the safe sport training to make sure the wrestlers stay safe. But yeah.
So what was it about officiating?
Mhm.
You said your parents did it.
Yeah.
And
I always, I've been watching my whole life, so I understood the rules and regulations pretty seamlessly. Um, it was easy to pick up on, and also pretty much we would road trip everywhere, and my parents would just be quizzing like me and my brothers on like the rules and regulations. Like, oh, if this happened, what would you do? And then they would like play videos, and it's like, what would you do? So it was just kind of an indoctrination in the most loving way possible.
do you have any favorite role, like quirky role, anything that you
I have a least favorite rule.
Okay, what is it?
I think whenever passivities were introduced in like 2013, 2014, I'd had some issues with that for a very long time because to me it felt like I was interjecting because whenever like a new rule is introduced, like you really have to hammer it home. And then whenever I came back, I was a little terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, of the passivities because that was in my head. And then I think it's been smoothed out. Like everyone understands what it is, and I really like it now. But in the beginning, I was like, oh my goodness, can't do that.
So with your parents being officiating, you have something to inspire you to get involved.
Yeah.
You're in a similar spot right now. Being a women's official, you're officiating at national championship. Do you ever think about that? Like, do you ever feel like you need or want to be an example to bring others into the sport?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I try to be as kind as possible because I would like to be approachable if anyone wants to get involved. And I know, like on the USA Wrestling website, you can like get everyone's emails and then reach out. And my dad and I have both had people reach out, and then we just get them plugged in.
How important is it to have growth on the officiating side as we're seeing on that competitive side too? In terms of
Oh, incredibly important. I mean, it's like same, you know. Yeah.
why do you think that is? I mean, is it simply seeing is believing sort of a thing? Like, having one officiating it, does it validate things? Does it inspire others? I mean, what do you think it is about that?
Yeah, I think it's exactly what you said. It is. I think it's inspiring, or at least I hope it is. To where it's like if you do, like, say a female wrestler gets out and she doesn't want to go the coaching route, she can go the officiating route, you know. And it's nice from a women's perspective just to see things grow and then just have, you know, everybody's back, the girl power. It's really nice. And there's like another woman referee here, and it's just the bond that everybody has is like electric. You know, everyone has each other's backs. It's nice.
What do you think about rap? Yeah, this weekend we have two national championships going on. College level, it's one of the fastest growing sports in the country. What's your take on where we are as a sport, as a fighter, as wrestling?
Yeah. Oh, I think it's phenomenal. Like on Instagram and like Flow Wrestling, like they're the first page, you know. And I think that's awesome, especially whenever there's UW events going on. Like women wrestling, it's not like it's a feature. It just is a part of wrestling now. You know, it's not an outlier. Like I like how it feels like it's on the cusp of being fully integrated, which is awesome.
Where can we get better?
Where can we get better? More female officials. Man, where can we get better?
So how do we do that? What's your message, I guess, to someone out there to draw them to become
Ooh. I didn't think about this one.
hard hitters?
What's my message to get female officials in? I think that, you know, male or female, it gives you a connectivity to the sport in which like you can't achieve on other ends. You know, you don't really dissect wrestling in any other way than officiating. You know, you can be on the stands, and even whenever I'm spectating, I'll be watching, and then like my brain just goes a different route. Like it doesn't go the officiating route, and like I can see from the perspective of spectators. But then whenever you're sitting mat side and you're looking at every single aspect of what each wrestler is doing, and it's like you have to weigh the physical attributes along with like how they're feeling emotional. I think it's a very challenging perspective that I think it's awesome whenever you obtain it, and then you're constantly growing. You know, it's always changing, and like just the knowledge that you get from it, you're always learning. You know, so. And it's like if you ever get to the point where you're not learning, you should probably stop because it is ever changing. But I think it's a challenge, and I think that the wrestling community loves challenges, and especially women. So
Going back to your Marine Corps days, how does being in the Marine Corps translate to the wrestling community? What's the overlap? I know that they're one of the U.S. wrestling sponsors, and there's a lot of overlap. They want to attract wrestlers.
yeah.
What's your take on the overlap in the skill sets you see, the values, I guess, you see that community?
Absolutely. I think where the parallels between wrestling and the Marine Corps is that it's not only is it like individually based, but it's also team based. So how you do as an individual, how much you work, not only impacts you in winning, but also affects your team, which that is the same in the Marine Corps. So it's like the amount of work that you put into yourself is not, you're not just thinking for yourself, you're thinking for like your platoon, your battalion, your company. So there's those parallels, and then with officiating, whenever I came back, like obviously like Marine Corps, you yell. So that was something that I obtained, which fun. You yell and you get yelled at. So it just kind of, I think that's a big thing, you know, being a duck and let it roll off your back. But I think the biggest parallel is the mental fortitude, strength is, I mean, no other sport gives you that.
What's your favorite?
Ooh. Of all time? I think at last year, the challenge tournament for Helen Merleau. How do you say her last name? Merleau. I always overthink it because I'm like, that's European. It's Greek. Helen's match, Helen's challenge match. That was exciting. My hands were very sweaty, but that was really neat, and I think that was probably like the most nervous I've ever gotten, you know. And I think it was a rewarding match. It was really cool.
I mean, how do you deal with
Yes. Um, honestly, practice, like doing, I guess like more of an advice towards women referees, like doing local tournaments, like making sure you do every tournament that you can do, because the more you're out on the mat, the more comfortable you get, and it's like, and knowing, especially here with all like the excellent referees, like knowing you can trust everyone and like everyone has your back, and but yeah, the only thing that's really calmed my nerves is experience. Yeah.
anything else you want to say on the topic?
Uh, no, I think. I mean, I enjoy refereeing to hang out with my dad. He's not here, but we get to go a lot of places together, and it's awesome. He's a really talented referee. Yeah, that's it.